We're in the middle of our Yacht Upgrade series. Last episode in part 1, we upgraded 4 tons of AC and installed air purification via our airlock ones. In today's episode, it's all about plumbing. Last time I wanted you to have smell-o-vision. This time I definitely don't want you to have smell-o-vision. Didn't all go as planned. Well, it's happened. I've done it. We have a clogged VacuFlush. I've tried to plunge it. That's not going to work. We're going to pull up the pipe before the VacuFlush pump and figure it out. By the way, these are my stairs without carpet. They'll be better soon. Alright, so here's what we know. This pump was operating. This is the master bath VacuFlush pump. And it's like non-stop operating. Right here. So I've broke the fuse. I'm going to decouple that and use this guy to see if I can go in and grab whatever is in there. And then we will never have that as close to our face again. Bucket. Gloves. We're going to take the hose clamps off, heat that pipe up. So there's a check valve in here. Okay, nothing in that. I have an idea in the toilets. After I did all the dirty stuff, the pump is constantly running, and my research shows it is trying to create a vacuum. And when I looked in there, I noticed, I didn't know what they were, but I noticed these valves were like shot. So these are called duckbill valves. They allow water to flow one way, but not the other way. And 2 or 4, depending on your vacuum pump or what you need. I wonder if we never had a clog at all, we're just not creating a vacuum. And so this is it. It's a cheap solve. We're going to give it a shot. So there's 1 and 2 right there. We're going to pull them out. There is 3. Looks like 4 is stuck in there. One in there. And I think that definitely, that one specifically did not look great. So it doubles up like that. We're going to put 1 in here. The second one goes in the next, right behind it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Thinking this is going to be better? Hands tight. All right, so my research, let's reconnect the pump. I broke the fuse here. It's running, and it wants to create a vacuum. Come on, let's create a vacuum. Not yet. 2 things left to try on this master toilet. First is we're gonna snake the drain. With a 15-foot snake, I think the clog is at the vacuum accumulator tank, which is that white guy right there. So I can see the pipe going to it. If that doesn't work, it's gonna get real gross. Pump's unplugged. So we are just gonna try to snake this in there. Hit something, which might be a turn or might be a problem. It's not getting it done. We're gonna cut out the accumulator tank. All right, we're gonna take the pump home and rebuild it. Try to keep the boat smell out of here a little bit. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to completely cut that hose out, replace it too, because honestly it may be easier to replace it that way. Keep our hose clamps. One of them is new. And I think we'll get our multi-tool. More tight spaces. Alright, let's keep this where we can understand what it was. White and black. This is gonna be fucking gross. Definitely see part of the problem. So in any marine sanitation stuff, you don't want to use bleach, you don't want to use acids because it'll affect the rubber seals that are all throughout the stuff. So our duckbill valves look pretty clean. This is an overnight soak on the parts that lead in to the VG2 pump. So you can see that's it's gross, which means the vinegar soak probably did its thing. Let's try to clean some of this up. They're by no means considered clean, but they're descaled and they're much, much better. So this stuff's been glued in here. So essentially, I've got to get this fitting out if I want to refit a half-inch connection, and I've got to get this pipe off of this fitting. It's just gonna be slow going, but I'm sure we can get it back to where we can make a good seal. We're just gonna see if we can cut this pipe off here. My Japanese saw wanted a better life than this. Alright, so that gets us that one. This one's going to be harder. Every single one of my best tools are not with me. All right, I'm thinking I'd take this back to here and adapt it from there. That was definitely fitted in there. I really don't want to reduce the diameter of that, which is almost 2, right?
We need to get this pipe out of there so we can fit a 1/2-inch pipe back in it. Like so. And the only way I can think about doing it is with a Dremel. So I think we're going to do it 2 ways. I think we're going to do it with a little high-speed cutter and try to cut into it a little bit, and then maybe sort of drill it out. That's one way. The other way is to use a cutter like this, and I think this might work better. The key is going to be to control the cut. Let's see if we can sand it. This might work, it might not, it might take forever. Oh, this is, I might have needed to start here. All right, let's see how much we're not going to fit right now. We're not that close on the outer ring here. I mean, we're definitely going to have a lot of glue, right? We're getting there. Not a bad fit. Definitely one that I will layer a whole lot of glue on. Let's do what I normally do with plumbing, which is put as much glue as possible on, which I think in this case is actually a really good idea. I'm just going to get glue all down in any kind of little voids. Tank's clean. Couldn't put my face anywhere near it like I am right now. So my plan is like that, or if I need to, like that. I did cut that pipe a little short, so this is going to give me a little length. I'm sure there's a chance it's too much, but that will get it done for sure. Next day, we're a little gappy in a couple of places. So, let's go back to our JB Marine Weld. Put a couple of spots in there. I like this stuff because it all dries out, so it's small, it's relatively cheap, and if you do get it dry and get the cap back on, it'll generally keep for a little while. I'm literally just gonna like shove it down in there.
So again, not the prettiest thing I've ever done, but that should seal that up nicely. We can always put more on if needed. Let's rebuild our VacuFlush pump. So I'm actually trying a couple of different kits. I ordered this from Marine Sanitation Supply. I think it's marinesan.com. So we get some new sanitation hose. But what we're first dealing with is putting a new bellows in. So this guy that creates the vacuum. We gotta take these off. We gotta take this off. All right. These guys survived a hurricane. Probably time to put on gloves. Alright, let's see if we can break this up without spinning the motor. Alright, so this goes into the bottom slot. There's only one slot. Okay. The motor is out. Alright, definitely want to be careful and not damage the surface. I'm just going to kind of space it out a little bit. No real pressure. There we go. Oh boy, that smells bad. So we're going to clean this up. Okay, so we have an O-ring here. We have an O-ring here. Those get replaced. And then can we get the bellows out? My estimation is this has probably been in here for 15 or 20 years. Yuck. Yuck, yuck. Alright, we're going to break this thing apart and clean it. This, thankfully, is getting trashed. Alright, I think we descale the stuff again. Vinegar, water, anything. Fabuloso. Soak for 30 minutes or so. Then a water Fabuloso mix.
How much of this do I show?
Actually, that by itself did a pretty good job. So let's just get some of this off using a light wire brush. Yeah, surprisingly, that did a nice job. So these create a seal, so I definitely want to brush these lightly. Don't want to score them at all. As clean as we're going to get. More gloves. So this is our orientation. I would normally tear a bag with my teeth, but not given what I've just done. Alright, new bolt. Bellows. 2 O-rings. Let's not cut them in half here. Alright, so the first is going to go in here. There are some nicks in this I don't love, which I'm adjusting back with this knife, but that's in place. The bellows does not appear to have an orientation, so this goes on the top ring. And this said to use dish soap as a lubricant. So I just got some Dawn on my hands. In the reading I did, it specifically said do not use like white lithium grease, etc. Not gonna over tighten yet.
I've got new duckbill valves. So I'm going to reassemble this using those. And we'll keep these guys as backup. So my understanding is you orient them 90 degrees from one another. So meaning that one is like that, so this one's gonna go like that. Hand tight. Missed an O-ring. Looks like we're sealed all the way around. So we're back in business. Okay, barely got that one out. Now, can we get this one in? We can.
Well, goes that.
And you know that's the right way to go, folks.
Yep.
Okay. Not bother me. Plug up my toilet.
Shit's pretty rigid. I don't know, man.
It's right there. I think that's pretty good.
That's good. Are we skipping?
It's a bad one, yeah.
Is it 30 seconds to set?
If you can hold it, I hold it a little longer. Sometimes it wants to pull out. With the threaded fitting, you can always turn the tank a little bit if needed.
It wants a little bit of a 45.
I know. That's what I was afraid of.
If you gave me a 45 with a minimal amount of hose coming off of it, I could do it.
So you want the 45?
I think I want the 22.
I do too, right? A little bit?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, fucking battery type. Right, you can't see.
You can do that better than something better. You got a hose line?
Well, 1 second.
So it's going to pump for a second. It's going to shut off. But what we're working on now is the next pump, which is for the third head. So there's our shut off, so that's good. So this pump was pumping like crazy, and now it's not pumping at all, and I know it's got power, which makes me think we might have burned up the pump. Or not we, but the pump might be burned up. We're going to take it apart, finding it a little easier to do some of this not here, at home, rather. We're going to plug this line for all the reasons you probably just heard or saw.
Pump number 3 for the toilet. That's the one we need. Alright, the vacuum is working.
These two don't look too bad. Maybe though.
I mean, you might have a little tiny bit of a gap in it. Let's screw this together so then I can see orientation and make sure they're 90 degrees from each other. Put a little bit of soap on here to be able to get that pipe back on. Alright, nice good fit. Let's get the other one off. Okay, so we are loose. We're gonna have to take off a number of bolts. And this one's got just one. That's not helping. So that piece of plastic we saw could have been a problem. I want to know who was putting pieces of plastic down marine toilets. Lubing with soap, we're gonna get our larger ring back in. Mostly past the gross point at this point. Oh, we're not though. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the gloves off. New bellows, new screw. Yeah, this would have been good to still have the gloves on. I'm gonna put a little bead of dish soap around there too, because that's where it seats in. Seat right in here.
motor screws back in. Now we got to get the motor back into its mounts. Okay, let's reconnect it. It should prime up.
Let's look at this toilet real quick. Fill it up. Watch what happens. Yeah, so that's got a seal issue.
So I'm gonna pull the fuse on that one.
I mean, I have no doubt what we just did needed to be done, but
All right, so let's not run that pump to death.
now on this one, I don't have a bellows kit, so we're just going to replace the duckbill valves. This toilet, oh, that was disgusting.
Okay.
Disgusting. Oh, I can tell you this one's screwed up. Yeah.
I don't know why that was held back in that like chamber. Plugging this in and seeing if it helps. We still have one more valve we could do if we needed.
Beautiful. That's what we want. That was a duckbill failure.